This segment of Coast Life is sponsored by Coastal Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning.
The weather's been a little up and down recently, but we are heading towards nicer times. And with that in mind, we've got Lacey Coleman in here with Coastal Comforts. And Lacey, today we're talking about air conditioning. What is the right choice for different people, for different areas, for different things? Where do you want to start?
Absolutely. So there's a lot of options. There's a lot of different brands on the market, and how do you choose? So one thing that we have to take into consideration when we are meeting with homeowners is the space that they want to condition. So whether you already have an existing system that you're maybe not happy with, or if you're adding on to a space, or you might just not have anything. So there are your regular ducted conventional systems, which you're going to see in 90+%
most of the homes.
Yes,
yeah.
Most. And then we have ductless systems, which have been around for a while, but consumers are becoming more interested in them, and it's the fastest growing segment of our market. So a ductless system is, of course, just as the name, it does not require ductwork. So we have different options. So if you have a home that doesn't have a crawl space, typically these are older homes, farmhouse style, that don't have the crawl space, or maybe it doesn't have a garage or an attic space that we would be able to put the ductwork. Ductless options are great for those. They're really versatile.
We do have plenty of that out here along the coast.
Of course, all throughout the Eastern Shore. Sussex County has a lot of farmland, especially in western Sussex. So there's a lot of options for those types. So we have your high wall that you see a lot. It's going to be mounted about 6 to 8 inches from your ceiling. There's also floor consoles, and there's ceiling cassettes. So we can use a versatile options to figure out what's the best option for you. Also, a lot in Sussex County with a lot of the new builds that we see. So a lot of homeowners have one AC system for 2 or 3 floors. And what happens is wherever the thermostat is, so let's say your thermostat's on the first floor and your bedroom's on the second floor, and heat rises. So in the summertime, you're going to find that your bedrooms are
going to be a little warm.
And I know this is resonating with a lot of people out there because we get a lot of calls. Sometimes in these builds, the ductwork is not accessible. So what we're looking at is proposing, to kind of disconnect the second floor from the main house system, and then we can add in ductless systems to be able to really better heat and cool more specifically those areas that we're seeing homeowners not be able to use the thermostat because it's mostly focused on the
judging it based on the first floor.
Yes, exactly.
You're not on the first floor when you're trying to go to bed all the time.
Yes.
You might be upstairs and you might be sweating a little
bit. So the temperature swing might be greater than, a couple degrees is pretty normal, 1 to 2 degrees, but in that scenario, you may be seeing 6, 8, 10 degrees differential.
You get over 2 or 3 and it's a big difference. You get to 10,
yes.
You're hot.
Yeah, sometimes we've seen, it's set on, 70 downstairs, but it's, 78 upstairs just because all that heat load is then transferring upstairs. So, it's doing its best, but it's just not satisfying. So comfort level is really important, which brings me to kind of our next point is not all systems have the same features, and it really depends on what comfort you want out of it. So if you're really looking for, dehumidification and things like that, the inverter technology is really what you want to look at. It is on the higher end, it's a nicer system, but what happens is the inverter technology has the ability to ramp up the capacity that it's using. So it could be running at 30% capacity, 37, 58, 89. It has the ability to do that based on what the home needs. So it will operate at a lower capacity for longer. So the system is running longer at a lower speed to be able to maintain the temperature.
Well, with all these different variables, the one thing I know is you probably want to consult the experts over at Coastal Comfort. So make sure you do that. Tell them how they can get a hold of you.
Sure, coastalcomfort.com. There's a lot of information there. You can contact us through the submission form. Give us a call or text at 410-742-1435. And of course, there's always social media, Instagram, Facebook. You can find us on there as well.
They are everywhere. Thank you so much for coming in today. We appreciate it. We're going to take a break. Don't go anywhere, though. There's a lot more Coast Life coming your way.